Tonight we have highlights for weeks 13 through 19. We have a new team at the top of the power rankings leaderboard, and if the season was to end today, we've got your playoff brackets as well. All of this and more in 20 seconds. One, two, three strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the 7th inning stretch. How is everybody tonight? We are being presented by Sport Management Solutions, your one-stop shop for all your athletic communication needs. I see MJ is out there. Let's give this a chance to see if it works tonight. This I did all by myself without Jason's help. I'm really shocked that it worked, to be honest with you. MJ, how are you? She says it looks good on the big screen, which it takes a couple of seconds after you guys send them over on YouTube for them to show up on a thing that I can get them on the screen. But regardless of that, it is happening on the screen tonight. So, and there you go. Looks good on the big screen. And then Katie says, let's go as well. Hey, I know both of you want to do a mock draft for fantasy football after this. If you both want to try to jump in on something, let me know. I don't remember what spot, Katie, you're picking from. MJ is 7, and I think I'm 8. So if you're not one of those spots, maybe all three of us can get in one together. And MJ says she likes the new arrangement. I appreciate it. It does look pretty good in here. The only thing that I'm missing, and I don't understand why it's not getting picked up, is I moved the FSA sign to be right here. You know what? In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and move it over so everybody can see that it really is there. I'm not sure why it's not showing up on the screen. It's wide enough, so I'm not sure why it's not there. But anyways, hopefully this will be a better look than the way we had it before. So I appreciate it, MJ. Hey, so we said it's been a while since we've done a broadcast. I think the last time we did one, I think we had the scores for up to week 12, but we were in the middle of week 13. And we wanted to make sure that we kind of gave you a rundown of what's happened since then. So what I ended up doing was putting together a graphic that shows what each one of the 14 teams' records were during the weeks 13 through 19. So let's see if this shows up correctly or not. There we go. So Rangers and Tigers dominate over that time period. Both of those teams going 6-1. The Angels, MJ on right now, the Giants and the Red Sox going 5-2, and then myself, the Reds going 4-3, and then a big plethora of teams that are going 3-4. The Yankees, the Braves, the Orioles, the Cardinals, the Cubs, all 3-4, and then the Blue Jays at 2-5, Guardians at 1-6, and then the lowly White Sox there at 0-7. So that's where we're at there. I appreciate that. So I wanted to make sure that I got as many WRL things in the background as I could as I move this around, and some APFL stuff. So if you notice, there's the APFL poster right there. Of course, all the NFL hats behind me. Got a couple of FSA hats right here, but I wish you could see more. 25th anniversary Walter's here. The original Walter. Flat Bill is here. The new camo Walter is over here. Erica on with us as well. Erica, how are you? Couple other things you all probably don't notice around the room. MJ's hat right there, the Southern Sirens. Right next to it, out of screen that you can't see, is the Naughty Dogs, Sean Purcell's team. Of course, we got the Monarchs right there over my shoulder between the hat and the helmet right there. And then just a couple of few odd end things around the room. A little bit of Michigan over there, showing off a little bit for my college team. This right here is supposed to be representing the Krakens region. If you didn't know, I've got an octopus right there, stuffed animal for the Krakens. On the other side of the couch, I've got a scorpion for the Scorpions region. South Carolina Gamecocks right here, one of my other alternate college teams. And then, of course, this awesome display of this really great old setup of NFL players. So I think that's Troy Aikman there, and I think that's John Elway right there. I think that might be Curtis Martin, Dan Marino. Wish I could tell you who everybody is without me turning around and looking at it, but some really old school good players right there. Yep, you can definitely see the Sirens over there. And Sean is right next to you with the Naughty Dogs, but of course I don't know why it's not wide enough to be able to see it, but I appreciate you liking the new background. I like this setup better. I don't have to look over to my left-hand side and up to see the TV anymore. It's kind of more in front of me again like it was, MJ, when I used to have it behind the love seats that's over here with the couch over in this spot instead. If I was to change anything about this room, that would be the only thing I would do, is maybe go back to that setup now that I've got a wall of cubbies over on the other side. But I do like this. This kind of separates the room right down the middle. When you walk in, you've got that side for entertainment, you got this side for business. So it's a nice setup. All right, so we saw the numbers for weeks 13 through 19. I did say we have a new team at the top of the power rankings, but what I wanted to do was kind of go through some progression over a couple of weeks of what that looked like. So the last time, the last team to hold it before we switched over to the new team, week 17, we saw the Yankees, who have held it for most of the year, at the top of the power rankings. And then in week 18, the Rangers came on board. Katie Bell came up. She took over the top in week 18. And then in week 19, she held on to it. And if you look at those numbers up at the top, where she's got a 952 and the Yankees have a 940 at the end of week 19, she spread that gap up just a little bit more. She held on to a 952, but the Yankees dropped down to a 917. And you can see what it looks like for the top six teams right now. All 6 of those teams that you're seeing right now, Detroit, Atlanta, Cincinnati, LA Angels, Yankees, Texas Rangers, all on their way to the playoffs. Why is that 6 showing there? And we know there's 6 teams going, but we also know Baltimore's going too. So who is in that mix that should be? Oh, that's right, Atlanta. Atlanta's sitting in the 4th spot right now over on the NL side. So top 4 teams, Rangers, Yankees, Angels, Reds, drop a little bit to the 6th spot, Tigers there, and then pick up Baltimore all the way down in 11. Those are your 6 teams going to the playoffs. And I kind of got ahead of myself, but yeah, that's where we're at for the possible playoffs going right now, those 6 teams. Going to talk about those here in just a second, but before we do, let me see if I do this right. It's going to look funny if I do this, but we'll do it anyways. What I wanted to do is I wanted to give everybody a, hey, here's where we're at for the week 20 scoreboard as of right now. Now, when I say as of right now, it's not this moment, because, of course, we picked 7:15 tonight for the start of the show, which is also first pitch for most of the games on East Coast time. Definitely the Braves for tonight. That's why I picked the time for it. But prior to the first pitch of any of the games tonight, here is where we were at with scores coming into tonight. Rangers up over the Braves, which is the game of the week, 137-106. Cubs up over MJ right now, 186-116. Again, this is before first pitch. Reds battling his sister, me battling my sister Betsy. I'm up on her right now, 129-80. Red Sox up over the Yankees right now, 205-162. Big surprise there. Detroit giving a little bit of hell to last year's champion, the Giants, right now, 205-176. Baltimore still in the playoff mix, sitting at the number 6 spot, up on the Cardinals right now, 141-113. And then the Blue Jays doing what Blue Jays do, beating the people they're supposed to be beating. Up on the Cardinals, or the Guardians, I'm sorry, right now, 132-39. So already said that the playoffs, I tried to put a graphic together for it using Box Out Sports tonight. Didn't like their graphic at all. Started to work on my own. Didn't like it either. So I just gave up. Said, you know what? I'll just verbally tell you all what the playoffs look like right now. So if we were to go to the playoffs right now, Rangers would get the bye on the NL side. Yankees would still get the bye on the AL side, even though they are tied in record with the Tigers at 12-7. Yankees do have the tiebreakers against the Tigers because they have beat them both times that they faced them this year. Back on the NL side, Angels would play me, so MJ, you and I would play first round if we were to go to the playoffs right now. And then back over on the AL side, Tigers, who are tied with the Yankees, however, would not get the number 1 seed because Yankees have the tiebreaker. Yankees get the number 1 seed. Tigers would be playing the Orioles right now. Tigers record 12-7, Orioles 9-10. I knew this was going to be a short show. I didn't realize it was only going to be 10 minutes long. I appreciate everybody who showed up for it, though. But let's talk about the next broadcast. So we will be back on the 27th of August with the Fanatically Real broadcast. On that night, we have all of our roster cuts for the APFL during that day up until 8:30 p.m. East Coast time. That's also when we're going to go live for the show. So we will be talking about all of the NFL cuts from the day prior, all of our APFL cuts up until that point. Again, like I said on last night's show, if you don't make your cuts, I will shame you publicly on the broadcast next week. No apologies. So make sure you get your rosters cut. If you don't get them cut, I will lock you out of being able to do anything on the MFL page until they are cut. Again, publicly shame. But before we get to those, not particularly live, but we do have some FSA business to attend to starting tomorrow at 4 p.m. East Coast time. We have the Red Dragons draft, which I believe both MJ and Katie are involved in tomorrow, which is why they want to do a mock tonight. And then I have mine on Sunday at 2 p.m. Funny thing I found out just the other day, not only do I have mine regions draft, the Cerberus region at 2 p.m., I have another whole league's draft same day at 2 p.m. So I'm going to probably be doing double duty, trying to do two drafts at the same time. We'll see how that goes. So I want to thank everybody for watching the 7th inning stretch tonight. I know it's been a while. I think this was our 8th episode of the year. We're in week 20, just wrapped up week 19. We will definitely make sure that we do a better job next year of doing this more often. Friday's just a tough night to kind of get motivated to do it. And then we've had a whole bunch of stuff going on around the house here lately with the AC being out and everything like that. We will definitely get back into it, especially with the expansion of the APBL next year. And us going to 16 teams and stuff like that. So it'll be. This is going to be, MJ says she loves the stretch. These last three games, 20, 21, 22, is going to be awesome. Some really tough matchups. Can't wait to talk about them again next week on Friday. But would like to thank all of our sponsors. Let me see if I can pull them up. I apologize for whatever might pop up right now because I didn't set it up for the show tonight. But let's see what... Oh, my God. What perfect timing that was. I would like to thank our title sponsor, Sport Management Solutions, and, of course, the official music of FSA, The Recast. Thank you all for being sponsors of this great... Report that either. There we go. It's difficult whenever you don't have this set up 100% completely. This is our first show with the 7th inning stretch on OBS, so a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we made it happen. Done for the night. If you all want to do a mock draft and you're watching this right now, hit us up. We'll see if we can get one going here shortly, and then we will see you all that are part of the Red Dragons region tomorrow for that draft, the Cerberus region on Sunday, and then we will be back for the Fanatically Real broadcast on Wednesday night. You all have a great Friday evening.